someone one-on-one as a coach, like you're really making an impact in their lives. And you share a different kind of connection than you even do when you're on stage as a performer. So it's been really incredible for me, this experience of working with people like Michael, losing 250 pounds, this life-changing stuff.
Do you think because of your day job, like it's regimen and like discipline, like did that help you on The Masked Singer?
I really feel like focusing on fitness did give me an advantage because, again, they were like, "Can we give you a lot of choreography?" And I was like, "Yeah, give it all. I want to show off. I want to show off all the moves. I want to do the moonwalk. I want to do all these things," which I did incorporate in, but didn't realize how hard it was going to be in those boots with the heaviness of the suit. So I did come in pretty good conditioning, and I felt like if I hadn't, I don't know, David, I don't know if I could have made it through one song because when you're singing on top of dancing, on top of being in the suit, you're so out of breath by the end of these songs. You're sweating your balls off. It is so hot inside this thing. And you're just like, you do need, it's like training at high altitude. So you do need to come in with a certain level of conditioning if you're going to move that much, which is why if you watch a lot of The Masked Singer, you'll see sometimes people don't move a lot. They just kind of slowly walk around. And I wanted to try my best to really challenge myself as the s'more to really try to incorporate as much dance as I possibly could.
Well, look, you say that you go to the mall and you don't like the 90s fashions when you see them because they're baggy and, you feel like you've earned the right to wear stuff that's tight fitting. Listen, you were here once before. I follow you on Instagram. You love a nice shirtless or an underwear picture on Instagram. I see the comments. I asked you this the last time. You said maybe you would work on it. Like any update on your OnlyFans because you post these pictures, and in the comments, every other comment is when are we starting the OnlyFans, Ashley?
It's a lot. It's a lot of the comments. And David, I'll have to also show you my DMs at some point because it's a lot. And like I said last time, I have a lot of fun with it. And I love celebrating fitness and the human body. I'm not gonna start an OnlyFans. And that's what I think. I think I said that last time, and I'm gonna stick to it. I also feel like with all these underwear shots, I think I just need to launch my own underwear line, if I'm being honest with you. So a lot of fun things on the horizon.
Well, I mean, yes, I mean, and you should launch your own underwear line and you are committed to it because I see, oh, you're in Tokyo. Well, I see that the shirtless, underwear pictures have traveled to Tokyo with you and then you're back home. And so there you go with your commitment. You're sticking to it.
I'm sticking to it.
Was there a song that you would have, like, if you had gone on in this competition, like, was there a theme night or something you would have loved to have tackled or a band you would have loved to have covered?
Yes, and you do know what your songs are going to be if you make it to the next round because you don't have a lot of time, and so they don't know if you're going to make it, if you're going to get unmasked or not. So I did have songs ready to go. It was going to be Green Day. Was going to do either Boulevard of Broken Dreams or When September Ends because they do it is a collaboration. They do such a great job, the team at The Masked Singer, working with you to pick songs that you love. And I did say, I really want to do some alternative rock. Pop rock is where I lean naturally. That was what my whole solo album was, really leaning towards pop rock and that kind of alternative sound. So Green Day was going to be my next performance. And damn it, S'more got robbed. But I feel fortunate, feel blessed, and I feel so happy that I was able to make it through 4 performances. I actually ended up making it farther than I even thought I might to begin with. So disco night was a great night to go out.
More got robbed. Well, listen,
Yes.
a few months ago, you caused a stir on the internet because we have, the NSYNC reunion at the MTV Awards. Everyone's excited, and you make this post that here's a boy band reunion that I can get behind. Just around the same time that O-Town was going and performing a few gigs. Then you said, just kidding, I'm also excited about the Jonas Brothers. Were you taking a dig at O-Town?
You know, I'm being honest. And people, of course, ask so much about the O-Town reunion, and it's like I'm just not excited about it, if I'm being honest. And I love to celebrate my past while not living in my past. And I think that's what was so fun about The Masked Singer for me was it was a way to celebrate my past while not living in the past. I got a chance to do this whole new show, which is so fun. It's the most fun show on television. Do you watch Mass Singer? Are you somebody that's been watching previous seasons?
Yeah, I do. I think it's a great concept of a show. And I know it existed overseas, but I like you. I think it's a brilliant combination. I mean, you have these amazing celebrity judges, which that alone is great. It blows me away how Jenny McCarthy is so good at this. She guesses so many people. And then, right, you have celebrities, and you really then start to read what's on the internet. And the internet really figures out so much. And I am not so great, even though I'm in this business and I watch this show as well.
Yes, exactly. So, and you nailed it. And I've been watching. I'm obsessed with the show. So it was the perfect way to celebrate my past, but also do something fun, creative, and new. And I think that's kind of where I always live. Is like I'm just excited to keep doing new things, and I get really excited about the next chapter. And so I just feel like it just hasn't been exciting for me.
Well, since it hasn't been exciting, I mean, is it safe to say that you will never reunite with these four members of O-Town and perform again?
I would say probably not.
That makes sense. I
Yeah.
mean, you had a great solo career too, let's not forget, and a great, soundtrack of my life. And I mean, I don't know what your sign is, but I'm a Gemini and I also get bored. I tackle something, succeed at it, and then I don't even know if it's so great all the time, but then a few years later, it's great and you're like, I'm kind of ready for the next challenge. So I actually career-wise totally get that.
Yes, you're speaking my language. I think happy people have happy projects, and I've always been like you just said. Like I always get excited for that next project, and I always want to feel like I'm growing. I always want to feel like I'm pushing myself and taking on a new challenge. So, like you said, like if I succeed at something and I conquer an obstacle or a challenge, like it's more exciting for me to look to the next one. And that's kind of that's where I live as a human being. And I think that's why, coming out of Wicked and when the pandemic hit and the world shut down, that's why it started as an experiment. I was like, I'm just going to start online fitness coaching people and see how it goes. And I fell in love with it. And here, 5 years later, it's become this whole incredible movement online. I never would have thought it would have become this because it started as an experiment. But I think life is an experiment. I think you need to make experiments. And all the time I talk with my fitness group about this. And by the way, it's more than a fitness group, it's a support group. And we get really deep about personal development goals. And I think life is an experiment. I think people need to make more experiments, in my opinion. I think too many people get stuck doing the same thing for too long. Just in my
I would
opinion.
no, I would agree. See, now don't become too good at it, or you'll be ready for the next thing, and all these people are counting on you. So just
Yes, exactly.
Well, listen, as we wrap up, final question, like, what would you come back to the Masked Singer? Sometimes they have these, like they like to have an all-stars version. We've seen other people come back in different forms.
I think it would be so fun to come back on the Masked Singer, maybe even have S'more do an encore performance. Maybe I just come back as me. I think it would be so because they do have people come back. They have guests from different seasons. So I would love that. I think that would be an amazing opportunity. And I do have to say, the whole team, I mean, the vocal coaches, the choreographers, the producers, I have never been treated so well in an entertainment production. I mean, it's literally the nicest group of people in the world. So for anybody that's listening, all the celebrities out there, if you get a call to do the Masked Singer, say yes. It was a phenomenal experience.
That's amazing. Well, listen, thank you for taking your time. It's been great. You can always
Thank
come
you.
back. I thank you for coming here again. And, congratulations on this. It's been great watching S'more and you, and keep in touch.
Thank you. I love that sweater. I want it. It is the coolest sweater.
I am in New York City and it is so cold today. You do not
Oh
even,
yeah.
I'm like inside freezing. So, you can
I
this is a
remember
little
that.
90s. This is a little 90s ish. So,
I noticed that. I like it. I like it. You're pulling it off. And I appreciate you having me on. It's so great to catch up with you, David. I look forward to the next time.
you too. We will do it again and I'll share this and I'll share all of your social